And I passed Nclex. Oh my gosh. I have been sick. I got the COVID vaccine and been like really sick. Had like fever, chills. I've been off work for the last 2 days. I tried to reschedule my Nclex exam today and could not. So I had to come and take my Nclex exam. And I'm not really sure how I did. I don't know what to say. And then I had like a 30-minute survey that I did, I guess, to give you an idea of what the upcoming test is going to be like, the new test. Obviously they're changing it, and so I think I like that format better. Oh my gosh, it's like cold. It's like 51 degrees. Like when I first came up here, I was hot. I had the air on and now I got the heater on. But anyway, so I'm not really sure how I did. I feel like it's one of those tests, like I think I took every question on the test and I was the only one left in the room. I think when we first started testing, there was probably 8 of us in the room and I was the last man standing. A couple of us were taking like the LPN and then the regular one. The other ones were taking the the RN exam. And I used all 4 hours to take my test. And I guess I found out in the next couple of days, Friday. I guess I'll know Friday if I passed it. Like I get so stressed out about taking tests. Stressed out because now I gotta go through this waiting period for 2 days. It's gonna be Friday before I find out if I pass Nclex, because they don't give you anything when you leave out of there. So I'm a little stressed, stressed and relieved that I got it over with. So that's all I could say right now. Some of the questions I had on there seem like I've seen before in my review questions of the Nclex style questions, because I purchased that online test bank. I don't know. It just seemed like there's no way to study for this test. I don't know, guys. I wrote down all of my lab values from memory, the medications that I knew from memory, like the antibiotics, antidepressants, heart medication. I didn't have a whole lot of delegation. I'm not sure why, but I had some, but I didn't have like a whole lot. I did have some precautions, like droplet precautions, standard precautions, and I'm pretty sure it's because of COVID right now. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just stressed. Glad it's over with, but now I'm stressed. Like, yeah, I don't want to say if I don't pass, but I'm hoping like hell I did pass so I can move into the next phase of my life. And I don't want to go back and look at anything that I wrote down. I wrote down some things at the end, and I was gonna get home and like look it up and just see if I answered correctly. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm so over it. So I'm just ready to get home and really like take a shower and get into bed, because I'm exhausted mentally and physically. Like, I'm exhausted. Oh my gosh. This is my sister calling. Hold on, let me put my
I sent you a picture. I'm so hungry. I gotta get me something to eat.
You're just leaving?
I just knew I had passed. I said,
You sent a picture? When? Oh.
did you get it?
Is that with your glasses on? Oh, for my mom and family. Oh.
That was before I went in to take my exam. They wanted me to take my necklace out, girl. Lord, gee. I said, ma'am, it has my mama's name and her signature on it, like her handwriting. I was like, this is my good luck charm. She said, well, they say religious. I said, well, honey, say it's religious because I want to. And she'd already told me to take my earrings. I had to take my earrings off.
What?
Yeah, put my arms up. I had to take my boots off, raise my shirt up. I said, ma'am, if I got to, if I would have to come here and take a test, trust me, I would not. Okay, I got to get me something to eat.
I just sent you something. What is that?
You sent it to me?
Yeah, I just texted to you.
So you got your license?
Yes, baby! Oh, you're crying!
Oh my God!
You gonna make me cry!
When did you take it?
Yeah. I was coming into work this morning and I was like, something that popped up. I literally, when I say I put that test out my brain, I was like, I put it out my brain. I was like, I'm not telling nobody I'm taking this test because I just don't know how I did. You know, I was just like,
How many questions you have?
162.
OMG!
160.
We
We do. I was like, she's not gonna call me. Like, why? What is going on? And I was like, if she didn't pass, I'm not gonna tell her.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Did you call your daddy?
No, I was gonna tell you first, cause you know he'll come pick up the phone and call you.
Oh my God. OMG.
No, cause I want to call you first.
Ah! Let him in the phone. Wait a minute.
Teron.
You told me to hush.
Oh no, this is Cookie.
Oh, Pippi, you passed?
I passed, baby girl. I passed my.
Look, she sent me the results, and I'm looking at it, and I'm on the phone with her, and I just started crying.
Yeah, she started.
Oh.
Yeah, she started crying. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry.
We're going to Savvy, girl.
I passed NCLEX, guys. I passed NCLEX. I just want to show you guys. This is so surreal to me. I got my results on yesterday morning. You guys just don't know how excited and how much this means to me. Here is my verification. Here's my certificate I printed out. I did order the original, so I should have that within a couple of days. I got my results yesterday morning and I was just super excited about getting my results. Like when I got my results, it says application approved, and I was thinking, what the hell? Like I haven't applied for anything. And so I got in my office and I was like, okay. I looked at my emails and I was like, I have 3 emails from the board of nursing. Oh my gosh. Like, I cannot believe what I'm looking at. Like, I passed NCLEX. Oh my gosh. I passed NCLEX. I went on January 27th to take my test. And I was sick. I was recovering from an adverse reaction from COVID, the COVID vaccine. So in my mind, I kind of just put taking the test out of my brain. I wasn't going to think about it because I was really, really sick. I've been studying for NCLEX for so long. I got my emergency license at the onset of COVID when the Board of Nursing opened up the 120-day license. I worked as a nurse using that license. And let me tell you guys, I was so bummed out because I wanted to continue to work and I couldn't get my license renewed, my emergency license renewed. So I was like, you know what? I got to get on this thing. I got to study and I got to pass NCLEX. I have to pass NCLEX. And that's exactly what I did. So let me tell you the program that really helped me. I did the Hirsch review initially because I was a recipient of the scholarship. I went through the Hirsch review and I just felt like I needed a little more. I needed something else. And so I didn't go back through the Hirsch review. My instructor opened up the ATI for me. I just said, you know what? I don't want to look at ATI again because I had to do that throughout my program. I didn't want to go back through ATI. Because I didn't feel like it was my learning style. I needed a program that was my learning style. So last June 2020, I purchased Remar University. It's the virtual trainer, Remar virtual trainer. And this is what I use. This is what I use to study for NCLEX. And let me tell you guys, you got to find your learning style when you're studying for NCLEX. You got to know your material. Some people on the luck of the draw go and take NCLEX and pass it, maybe study for 2 days, and that's fine. Great. I'm not one of those. I don't think I've ever been that lucky to take a test without studying or without even putting any effort into it. So I needed a program that was going to work for my learning style, that was going to break down this material so I could learn it and have access to the instructor, some videos. I'm an auditory learner, so I have to listen to things in the way that it's spoken to me. The dialect of the person matters to me. The room, everything, all of that helps with my memorization and learning the material. So find your learning style. That's going to be key. If you do not, you won't pass NCLEX. Let me tell you, you will not. You're not going to pass NCLEX because there is a strategy to passing NCLEX, and that is knowing your material. So if you know your material and you're reading the questions and you're reading diagnosis, you can pick out the medications for that diagnosis and also the intervention and the education for that particular diagnosis. So when I purchased the virtual trainer, I had access to go ahead and look into the file vault, some quick facts information I was able to print out. I was able to actually even start my virtual trainer. So because it gives you steps, like it just gives you steps. So you begin like with a video, then you do a practice quiz, and she's asking you questions. Regina is her name. Her husband's name is Mark. And then you take a test at the next section. You take a test when you finish a section, and that test quiz you on what you have learned. Now, it is also imperative that if you do not understand something, go back and look at the video. If you don't understand something, go on her YouTube channel and look at videos where she's talking about this information. What I particularly loved about using the virtual trainer, using Remar, is that every Monday she's doing a study session. And so she's lecturing and she's asking maybe 1 or 2 questions. You're putting the answer. I logged on. I will watch it on YouTube. That was so helpful to me. So. I can't even tell you. This right here is the truth. That's all I'm gonna tell you. This is the truth. I was telling my sister, if I had to purchase anything to study for NCLEX, right off the back is this. This quick facts book is going to give you everything. It's going to break it down for you. Your lab values, your diagnosis, your different clinical skills, just everything you need to know. If you read this, and I read this quick facts book about 5 times. And when I'm reading this, I'm actually taking notes and I'm writing things down that I don't understand so it could stick in my mind, right? I mean, I went through like 3-4 notebooks. I think I have probably copied this entire book the 5-6 times that I went through this book. Kid you not. Things I didn't understand, I went back and I looked at it. There are no activities in this book. When it says quick facts, it's quick facts and so forth. So you're going to have questions on the NCLEX that is going to be relatable to this information. So you'll know how to answer that information. So a specific diagnosis such as, like, say, celiac disease. What foods contain gluten? So you know you're not going to eat barley, rye, oats, and wheat, right? So there may be question on NCLEX about what foods you won't eat when you're diagnosed with celiac disease. What reinforcement would you give the client? So, and it's going to be several choices, and it may be breads, it may be muffins. Well, you know you're not going to give them that, so you know those are going to be the wrong answer, because it's telling you right here what that person do not need to eat, and it's food with gluten in it, so you're not going to make that choice. And I'm hoping I explained that right. But for me, this book right here, I could have studied this, only this, and I could have passed NCLEX. Kid you not. I could have just used this. But what helped me and using this information was going through, see, this is like kind of the workbook as you work along. And there's some practice questions in here when you're going through the virtual trainer, like the different modules. And so that helped too. And so me going back and following through like the developmental stages, all of this, I cannot tell you guys, this is like the best program for NCLEX. I'm going to keep this. I was going to gift this to a couple of people that I know that need to study for NCLEX, but I'm keeping this because you can study this as well when you're doing your RN. I am on my journey to obtaining my RN. I'm taking classes, so I'm going to keep this. Now, I'm not going to be studying anymore for NCLEX. I'm hanging up the studying sessions right now, but this is how I passed NCLEX. I took out time every single day to study. Over the Christmas holidays, I didn't study as much because I really just wanted to just relax and just kind of have no responsibilities of studying. But this is what I used to study for NCLEX. And also, before I took my NCLEX, when I got to the testing center and I sat down at the computer to take the test, before I started the test, I wrote down everything from memory, everything that I just knew, my lab values, medications, diseases, what I knew about those diseases, pregnancy, donning, precautions, isolation precautions, delegation, everything that I can just recall from memory. I wrote it on that card that they give you. That it's kind of like a piece of paper with the lamination on it. So I just wrote out everything that I knew before I started that exam, so I could use that as a point of reference. I think that helped me tremendously. I have not gotten my score sheet yet, so I'm not really sure how I scored, but obviously I scored high enough because I am now a licensed nurse. I am a licensed practical nurse, and that sounds just freaking amazing. So I think that helped me tremendously. But again, just knowing the disease, the medications, the contraindications of those medications is going to be so helpful in answering those questions, because the answer is in there. I think when I take my RN, I don't think I'm going to have a hard time. I really don't, because I've learned the style of how to study for NCLEX, and I think that's going to work for me. So that's what I use to study for NCLEX. Just old notes, recalling things from memory, writing things down. That helps, that helped to like reducing my anxiety, just sitting down and just writing things out. I wasn't as anxious when I started to answer the questions on the screen. So you can pass NCLEX. I passed NCLEX. Let me tell you, it's one of the best feelings in the world. Do not procrastinate. Go and take the test. Try it. If you are trying Hirsch, UWorld, and other platforms, and you feel like you're just not getting anywhere, try this. I got this when it was on sale. I actually ended up purchasing the question bank as well. And so I'm going to actually go online today, and I'm going to cancel my membership because I don't need it right now. I'm not taking my RN NCLEX. It'll probably be in 2022, but I will be using ReadMar again for my RN NCLEX. Go and purchase this, guys. This quick facts book, I'm telling you, this is going to help you in everything that you do. I'm actually, depending on my job, if I'm going to go back to the same job that I had prior to my nursing license expiring, my emergency license expiring, I'm going to put this in my work bag, because this is going to come in handy too, because it tells you about the medications for the diseases and all of that good stuff. So I say give this a try. You're going to absolutely love this study material. The virtual trainer, ReadMar, that's how I pass NCLEX. You can pass NCLEX. Go and purchase this. I'll see you guys later. Bye.